I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
All's my life I has to fight, nigga. All's my life hard times like yeah, bad trips like yeah. Nazareth, I'm fucked up, homie, you fucked up, but if God got us, then we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. Bahamas, I be looking at you from the face down. One Mac 11, even boom with the bass down. Scheming, now let me tell you about my life. Painkillers only put me in the twilight. With pretty pussy and Benjamin is the highlight. Now tell my mama I love her, but this what I like, Lord knows. 20 of them in my Chevy, tell them all to come and get me. Reaping everything I sow, so my karma come in heaven. No preliminary hearings on my record. I'm a motherfucking gangster, and silence for the record. Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I've gone great. Trying to side my face this all day. Won't you please believe when I say, when you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go? Nigga, and we hate po-po, wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
What you want? You a house, you a car, 40 acres and a mule, a piano, a guitar, anything. See, my name is Lucy, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can live at the mall. I can see the evil, I can tell it, I know it's illegal. I don't think about it, I deposit every other zero. Thinking of my partner, put the candy, painting on a Rico. Digging in my pocket, in a profit big enough to feed you every day. My logic, get another dollar just to keep you in the presence of your Chico. I don't talk about it, be about it, every day I sequel. If I got it, then you know you got it, heaven I can reach you. Pet dog, my dog, that's all. Big back and chat, I trap the back for y'all. I rap, I black on tracks, so rest assured. My rights, my wrongs, I right till I'm right with God. When you know, we been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go? Nigga, and we hate po-po, wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
I keep my head up high, I cross my heart and hope to die. Love me is complicated, too afraid of my changes. I'm alright in your favor.
Salute, and welcome back to the Black Ocean Announcement. We're getting deep in with your host and one only Great Black Shark. Oh yeah, we got to talk about these tacos and these tethers, tether tacos, all blended up together. Oh, we're gonna have to get on this because I know a lot of people have already addressed this, but I'm gonna do it from a slightly different point of view because I like to actually get the word from the tether's mouth, so to speak. Okay. Oh yeah, we finna deal with Mr. Mexican OT. Okay. We gonna get a lot straight about that now. Before I even get into tonight's broadcast, let me go ahead and tell you right now. Next broadcast on this channel are gonna piss some tethers off. Oh, I'm telling you. Look, one of them that's coming up, the intro alone is so damn petty. Okay, you know how we do it over here because see, now a lot of them are finally starting to realize that when we try to tell them about racism and white supremacy, or they say we was talking about it too much, or we exaggerating, we making it up, or we just need to work harder, we lazy, or they so much smarter than us. Okay, bet. All right, well, now we finna, we got some I told you so broadcasts coming up over here. Okay, oh yeah, so just know that I'm gonna hurt some feelings. Because, I don't really give a damn about hurting feelings over here. We teach lessons, we tell the truth, and we clown your ass to be damned when you call yourself trying to side with white supremacy and you had advance warning. So just letting y'all know, upcoming broadcasts on this channel are going to be very brutal. Okay? Now, I know a lot of you have been asking me about this. You seen the verdict of the Diddler trial. I got a whole playlist on that. All right. But I'll tell you what, I am gonna address it. I'm gonna let everybody kind of get it out their system. But when I do it, I'm gonna come at it from the standpoint of, okay, now that it's over, what are we supposed to learn? Whether you agree with the verdict, disagree with the verdict, we're gonna come at it from the standpoint of what are we supposed to learn? Now, let me just go ahead and say in advance of this broadcast, I don't expect the knuckleheads to learn a goddamn thing. I don't. You ain't gonna learn. So that broadcast won't even be directed towards you. It will be directed towards young black men and women because there's lessons in it for both parties. So when I do it, I'm going to let some of the noise die down. It won't be long, but I'll address it from that standpoint. You know how we do it over here, okay? And I'm going to make sure I thread a needle about reading comprehension, okay, in that broadcast. We're going to definitely have to touch on that because unfortunately, man, y'all know that one of the reasons I started this platform is to make sure our people have as accurate information as possible. And sometimes our community suffers from that. People going off bad information, what they heard somebody say, nobody verified a damn thing. People just keep repeating bad information. That puts you at a tactical disadvantage today, okay? Now, you got some people, they don't give a damn about having inaccurate information. That's cool, all right. Life is going to kick you in the ass with a pair of steel-toe boots. And, hey, we had a critical hour in our history now. We're not coming back to go get hard heads. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into tonight's discourse, you better understand that this hour of our history we in, the knuckleheads, everybody, a lot of people talking about how do I get so and so and so and code. At this point, you don't. Not any adults. Now, it's different with children that have yet to learn or people that are honestly naive because you don't know something until you've been taught. But people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, hey, man, ain't no getting them on code. They're where they want to be. I'm telling you now, you better prioritize dealing with people that are on the same wavelength and thought process as you are and leave the lost causes behind. Sometimes you can't help people, okay? And you're going to have to learn to be okay with that, unless you want to go down with them, okay? But I digress. That's just a bit of what's going to be coming up, okay, on the channel. One more thing I want to address, too. Speaking of that comprehension is, we got to get to this. If you follow me on X, and I ain't going to put this person on blast, but let me just say it plain, okay? Because y'all know one of the pet peeves over here on this platform. And shout out to all the new subscribers, man. Welcome to y'all again. I tell you to take time to check the channel out because you might find that you accidentally subscribe and you don't belong over here. Salute to the good sister AAs for the cash out. But on X, because one of my pet peeves over here is typing errors, misspelling, all that kind of stuff. I ain't talking about a word here or there, but I'm talking about whole sentences. You know what I'm saying? Just a whole bunch of string of unspelled, misspelled crap. Especially if you like to type how drunk, I will delete your comment faster than you can say your own name. If I see you keep doing it, I will block your goofy ass, okay? Because that's not a harmless crime, believe it or not. All you got to do is just take time and look at what you typing. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me spell it out for you. This platform here, whether it's on my main YouTube channel, Patreon, definitely on X, black folks get together in any capacity, whether you agree or disagree. We shouldn't be carrying ourselves like we don't have no damn sense. And a lot of people will do that stupid shit in comments. So I get it. Some of them white supremacist trolls, I can spot them. But some of our own people do that dumb shit as well. This ain't a place where we gonna foster that. I'm just letting you know. So if you're new here, you don't like that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, are somewhat challenged as far as like spelling things right and etc. Yeah, you might want to get the fuck out from over here. You will not be welcome. Now on X, and I ain't gonna put this person on blast, sometimes before you comment on a particular tweet or anything, take the time to read it and make sure you understand what it is you commenting on. Because sometimes if you look at what you're saying and what you commented on, it don't have nothing to do with the damn topic. That makes you look like a fucking fool, okay? And that's something I'm hard on my people about. Now, why? Not because I'm being an arrogant prick or I'm being, you know what I'm saying, difficult. No. We are in times where black men and women, no matter what our lineage is, when we get together and hold discourse or exchange ideas, whether we agree or disagree, we need to do it in an intelligent fashion, okay? See, yes, and I admit it, for those that don't know, maybe it's the ex-military guy in me, okay? But I value precision, okay? And I'm not perfect. Let me be clear. I'm not perfect. Hey, I've had to make retractions. I've gotten information wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'll make an occasional typo here or there. My point that I'm saying to people, because you got some people that just me saying this, it offends them. But my point of saying to people is make an attempt, an honest, good faith attempt to try to do better on those things. Now, let me tell you why this is very important. If any one of us in here was in a situation where our lives were on the line and we give it out bad or incorrect information, that could cost somebody their life, okay? You understand? I'll give you another one. Let's just take life or death out the equation. What if it's information that could help somebody out business-wise, etc.? You giving the bad or the wrong information. You see what I'm saying? See, I always try to respect people's time and understand that it's important to try to give out the right information. Now, if you don't know, there's no shame in saying you don't know. Nah, look, no shame in that. A wise person always understands if they don't know something, to say, well, brother, sister, I don't know about that. I will try to find out and get back to you. I do it all the time, okay? So I'm just letting y'all know what type of platform I run. I can't speak for everybody else. That's not my problem. We run a different ship over here, okay? So I'm just letting you know now. You find yourself getting clowned about doing that dumb shit, you can't say I didn't tell you, all right? And I'm tired of that. Because, you know, we got the goofballs. I like to leave all the liabilities and all the, you know, the unintelligent behavior over there in the Alabaster community. Don't bring that around your people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's disrespectful to the rest of the brothers and sisters when you do that dumb shit. That's why I don't allow people to come on my platforms, high, drunk, and all of that. That shit ain't cute to me, okay? So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let me scroll up and greet my Steve. Yes, let me make sure, everybody, I see the good brother Cool Keys in the house. All right, and let me know if you can hear me loud and clear as well, family. Give me a black fist or a thumbs up if you can. If not, we will get that adjusted. I see Charlie X in here, Priscilla Taylor, Jesse Paris is in here. I see Sister Stuns in here. Okay, that crazy bitch Aries. That's a hell of a name, sister. Long time no see you, hey, man. Glad to see you over here. Keep It P podcast in the building. Tanisha Murdoch. I see Johnson, Stolen Answers to 1526. Okay, let's see. King Hazy in here. DSA1 is in here. Let's see. Don't miss anybody. My good brother Bruce. Okay, Only Pamela's Way. Charlie X. Okay, let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Mrs. L, salute to you, and Mr. Sam in the building. My good brother Herman S. Wingfield is in here. Okay, I see my Lieutenant Tam Chan in the building. My good brother Dad Miller TV. Salute to you, brother, man. We were clowning out over there in the brother Marcus chat room, man. Hey, I remember seeing you over there, man. Boy, them jokers wild over there, bro. Man, hey, let's see. Who else do I see in here? Salute to the elder. Barbara's son live. Okay, yes, sir. Hey, I'm going to say it yet again. I know the elder's very humble. Still, time I see him, just in case you don't know who he is, please go subscribe to that elder's channel. He gives you more important information within the span of 3 to 5 minutes than most content creators do with 2-3 hour live streams. Don't believe me? Go see for yourself. Okay, let's see. I see Smooth T Mac in the building. FBA underscore justice over here. Let's see, make sure I don't miss anybody. I think that's everybody. Hey, moderators, yes, please do put the Elder Baba Truth channel in the chat room. Look, my thing with the platforms, especially people that I know that have helped me learn things or that I see as beneficial in learning, y'all see all the time. If I recognize those brothers and sisters, I'll be like, hey, man, go sub to their channel. Because it's not all about me. You should have multiple sources of information. For example, what if I get something wrong? What if or even if I get it right, some of those people just might have more extensive knowledge on the subject than me. So if I recognize any of those channels like that, I'm gonna always do that over here. I'm like, hey man, go check out so and so and so. So, you know, my moderators, would you please get the Elder Baba Rasun Live's channel link and post it in the chat room if you please. Okay. So now we're gonna get down to brass tacks here tonight, and we're gonna deal with our favorite hungry, high calorie tether. Hey, right. Hey, right. Yo, look, right. Hey, right. Yeah, I'm going there, David. He's a tether. We gonna hear from Fat Boy Flacco, okay? I'm not just doing it just to be petty and pick on his stuttering ass. I want y'all to hear from his mouth because he's a tether class, and I want you to see his critique on the Mexican OT situation. Now, it's gonna be some things I agree with that he says. Gonna be some things I disagree with that he says, but nonetheless, I thought this dynamic was very important to present to you all tonight because we need to know how these people think. You know, for years, I've told y'all that one thing I do not like, I don't care whether it's white supremacists, tethers, whoever. I don't want nobody censored. I'm going to tell you why, because a lot of people are like, oh, we need to take their platform down. Oh, we need to censor. No, 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 no. You know why? And again, this is the soldier in me. I like to study my adversaries. I can't do that if you never are free to espouse your thought process. No, I want you to be free to let everybody know exactly what you think in good faith without hindrance or feeling restrained. So, you know, again, I owe Flacco a thank you for this, okay? So we're going to get started examining that here tonight. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, man, I'm going to say it in advance. I don't care where you are in this country or my lineage, foundational Black American freedmen, what we're about to review here tonight, we don't tolerate none of this disrespect. And unfortunately, we have to accept some accountability in that because we allow this stuff to go on for too long, okay? For a couple of reasons. Sometimes people, you know what I'm saying, try to be tolerant of things because we accept everybody. Sometimes it's been to our detriment. Then, unfortunately, you got some of the men and women, in order to attain interracial sexual access, they'll sit there and tolerate disrespect. That is not something you do. I'm going to tell you right now, I know that it'll fall on deaf ears for the people that it applies to, but we're going to have to start shaming that. That's going to have to become something that we have a vitriolic reaction to because none of these other communities are going to let you disrespect their people and their culture just so they can lay up with you. You understand? Especially these white adjacent tilters, all right? We all know who they are, the ones that are classified as white in this country, okay? So that's just a couple of reasons that people will tolerate that. We're going to get into a lot more, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's get into it.
I thought we were done with this whole Mexican OT N-word saga, but apparently we're not. The situation is still being talked about, and now Mexican OT just lost his right-hand man and his biggest defender in this situation. Honestly, Sauce Walker may have been the only Black person, at least with status, that defended Mexican OT. When Mexican OT's situation started to go viral, Sauce Walker ran to his phone and began defending Mexican OT. But it was the quickness and the aggressiveness that caught a lot of people by surprise and turned a lot of people off.
Now, let me pause, Captain Hungry Hippo, Steak Fingers boy here, Fat Boy Flacco. Okay, let me pause him right here, okay? And boy, Mexican OT, boy, you need to cut back on the damn enchiladas, tacos, and the horchata. Damn, boy, boy, I ain't realized this bastard was that big, boy. Big basketball head and a damn tight-ass sombrero. Anyway, I digress. The point that I was going to make is Sauce Walker, see, this is what we mean when we say tether class. Sauce Walker is Honduran. Did y'all know that? He's Honduran. Now, again, let me give my disclaimer. When I say tether class, that does not mean anybody that's non-FBA. Okay, you have to do something. It has to be action-based. You have to exhibit off-code behavior or try to disrespect or undermine foundational Black American freedmen over here in our nation that we built and sacrificed for. That's when your ass become a tether. I say it again. I got, friends of all different, ethnicities outside of my own lineage. Okay, solid brothers and sisters, man. But when you start doing the crap that Sauce Walker was doing, because y'all already know by now, he came out, with this particular word, and we're going to get into why a lot of these tethers don't have a problem being called that, or they tell everybody talking about they can give other groups the N-word pass. First of all, if you're not of our lineage, you don't get to give no passes. You pretty much over there with the white folks. I don't care what your skin tone is. If you're not of my lineage, you don't give no passes. And I'm going to say this. I've been one of the few people that you will hear say it this vividly and boldly without making apologies. If you are non-FBA, you don't have no business trying to call shots in our culture. It's not your cultural house. None of us go to your countries and try to call shots in your people's culture. We wouldn't disrespect you like that. We don't even have an interest in doing it, nor would you tolerate it if we did. But see, unfortunately, I know the reason why a lot of the tether class seems to look at this country as the white man's country only. Okay? That's been the prevailing problem here with a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get that straightened out over here tonight. And like I said, the only people that would take offense to what I'm saying are going to be the hit dogs that are going to holler. Damn, boy, Mexican OT. I got to get back on this. Y'all know how I am. When I see some shit, man, I got, look, Mexican OT, what your goofy ass need to do, you need to go get you some cans of Slim Fast or whatever the going, weight loss product is, some Ozempic. You, in fact, have been to get Ozempic and Slim Fast, okay? You need to get some of that and take that shit to a priest, okay? A Catholic priest, because chances are he's Catholic, like most of his people. You go take it to a Catholic priest with their demonic ass and get them to pray over that shit. And then you need to get to consuming that. Stop worrying about the N-word. You need to get them goddamn pounds off your high-calorie ass. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back into it.
Sauce Walker compared saying the N-word to eating a taco. And if you so dare to enjoy the savory tacos, then you can't be mad that somebody says the N-word. Regardless of where you stand on the N-word issue, we could all acknowledge that Sauce Walker comparison to eating tacos and saying the N-word is absolutely moronic. It sucks. It's stupid.
Damn, I gotta agree with Fat Boy Flacco. You right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he would be the main person that is an expert on different types of food and cuisine, okay? So, I'll give him a point there. I agree with him.
Now, a lot of people looked at the aggressiveness in which Sauce Walker was defending Mexican OT, and they just dismissed it as pandering. Texas has a really huge Hispanic community. The consumer base for hip-hop is majority Hispanic in Texas. Sauce Walker is a hip-hop artist, so Sauce Walker kind of wanted to pander to that particular community.
Now, let me pause Fat Boy Flacco right there, and let's address that, okay? Because I don't care whether it's the West Coast or parts of Texas, and I don't believe that to be the entirety of the reason. Okay, I understand about California. A lot of them run the radio stations out there, and yes, there is a large Hispanic community definitely in Texas. I'm not sure it's quite on par as them running the radio stations like they do out there in California. Y'all have to let me know, those of you that are Texas residents. But let's just say that's the problem. There's always a lesson in these types of things. And you know what the lesson is? So that we shouldn't be in that position. If some of our most wealthy and most successful had taken it serious, if you start taking ownership seriously, you should. Our most wealthy by now, even if they're not in hip hop or what have you, I want the younger generations, like I spoke of when I showed y'all the broadcast on the most wealthy Arab families. I want the younger generation to become selfish regarding ownership. That way you're not at anybody's mercy. If you own the radio stations, you own the television networks, if you own the distribution companies, okay? And yes, they're going to try to sabotage you, but it's not impossible. Oh, it is definitely possible because our ancestors did it with a lot less resources and information at their fingertips than we have today. You understand? Look, it's not that we don't have the ability. A lot of times the people that actually have the resources don't have the drive. They think in terms of being, like I mentioned last broadcast, They think in terms of something that is fatal for our people being perpetual consumers, okay? So that perpetual consumer mindset, that's something that needs to go. And this is why I encourage that amongst young foundational Black American freedmen and young non-FBA brothers and sisters that got sense that are on code. Now, the thing with Sauce Walker, why I honestly believe, and I can't confirm this, y'all have to let me know, I think the reason why he was going so hard in the paint is because he probably got a Hispanic baby mama, okay? Yeah, that's usually when they get the cooning buffooning like that. That interracial sexual access, a lot of people don't like to talk about that. But if you're trying to solve a problem or see how we got to a situation, you have to analyze these things in an honest, good faith manner, okay? So I'm gonna be honest with you. That's probably what it is. That's usually what it is when you hear a lot of these rappers that are melanated, even if they're in our lineage, when they come out with that hardcore cooning and buffooning, where it's something that we clearly would say, okay, no, that's a bridge too far. We should draw a line in the sand on that. They come out, man, it ain't no problem. They can see it. I'm like, first of all, like, where your family from? And if your family is from our lineage, hey, man, nah, we not tolerating that because you can't, these other groups do not let you do that in their culture. Think about it. The Asian, East Indian, Arab, Hispanic community, etc., they're not going to let you disrespect their people and then somebody amongst them jump up and give you a pass. I've never seen any of them groups do that for Black folks. Never. Okay? I've never seen it. And look, you damn sure not going to do that in the Jewish community. Think about it. Can anybody give me the equivalent of somebody that disrespected the Jewish community, then the Jewish person that's of note come out and say, hey, yo, give them a pass. They good. They good with us. Well, y'all tripping. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They can see it as much as they want, whether they said something or they did something that they find culturally offensive, okay? So what I'm saying is it's time to put to bed that situation where we're going to have people amongst us that rock the same uniform of skin as us, making a damn fool of us. You teach people how to treat you. That's where we're moving now. We're going to reciprocate everything that people give to us. You give us respect, you get respect. You disrespect us, you get disrespect back. Or even worse than that, as they're starting to find out now, okay, that Vanilla Ice's classic hit is returning to the airwaves. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to tell you if you know about that 80s classic, okay? Indifference. Yeah, I keep telling y'all, man, indifference is far worse than hate. At least with hate, there will be something you could possibly work with. Indifference mean, hey, man, I see you, but I don't see you. Now go work your way hard out of that. And see, tonight's broadcast is going to be yet another reason for those of you in the taco community why we not helping your asses. Because see, for years, foundational Black American freedmen have been trying to extend the olive branch to everybody. You denied it, you didn't want it. Our problem's not your problem. So now we're at a point now where we're listening to you, right? Hey, your problem's not our problems. It was good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And for the people that are not like that, okay, cool. I will give you that. But what you're not doing, you're not calling out the Mexican OTs. When they off code, you don't really stand up in unison in enough numbers where we can say, okay, hey, man, everybody over there in their community ain't like that. Nah, you get these motherfuckers passes because deep down, you actually agree with them. A lot of them do. Yeah, I'm going there tonight. Let's let it continue.
But apparently Sauce Walker, no less than a week later, is now changing his entire tone on the situation. And it feels like he realized what the consequences are for, dare I say, owning, which to me is worse than his original stance. See, I don't care what your opinion is on who can say the N-word and who can't. I'm never going to judge you. If you have a different opinion on a situation, I'm never going to be like, hey, bro, I can't be your friend for it. No, bro, this is one of those issues where, yo, I don't feel like this issue is divided down a line of good people and bad people. That's just dumb. Some good people believe that, you know, that Mexican OT can say the N-word. Some bad people don't believe that he can say the N-word. Just like some good people believe that he shouldn't say it, and some bad people believe he should say it. So this is not a topic that I'm gonna judge somebody's character on. But what I would say is, as a man, you should have principles and convictions.
Now, I let our healthy friend get all of that out for a reason, okay? I really did. And damn it, I swear to God, anytime I review this guy's content, I'm gonna have to send this boy a brush or something, okay? I'm tired of looking at your head, Flacco, like this, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Look, grooming should be a part of a grown man's routine. You got to get this shit together, man. But listen, I let him get all that out for a reason because I wanted you to hear it from him, okay? The reason he feels that way or thinks that way, you should be saying think as a man. The reason he thinks that way, him and most of his tether brethren, that N-word is not connected to your people's lineage where blood was spilled behind it. That's the ultimate reason, the penultimate reason why they don't take offense to that. A lot of them don't even know the history in this country behind that word. And see, let me go ahead and get this out of the way for the Sambo class, even of our lineage. I don't give a fuck what we call each other. That's an in-house thing. I ain't one of these black people that be like, well, if we don't stop saying it, we can't tell other people to say it. Fuck that. Every group has a word that if you call them and you are not of that group, that particular ethnic group, they'll take offense to it. We ain't gonna be no different. So I'm just going to shoot that Conan bullshit down for anybody that come over here thinking like that in the comments or whatever. Okay? But see, the reason why Fat Boy Flacco doesn't care about that, his people were not lynched in this country. Yeah, we going here. His people weren't working in plantations in this country. Huh? His people didn't go and serve in the military and come back and be lynched in uniform on military bases. Your people didn't go through those things. That's just a short list, huh? So see, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take it a step further. A lot of our people really don't want you saying that word around us if you not of our lineage. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I got a lot of continental African friends, Caribbean friends, but I let them know, hey, man, don't use that word with me, brother. Nah, I mean, look, let me just go ahead and be honest with you. A lot of people don't like that. I don't give a fuck what you don't like. I don't care if it's the A or the ER, okay? Because now that ER get your whole fucking head knocked off, even if you look like me, okay? Because I know what else come behind that. You might not be a white supremacist. Some of your punk asses sold some of our people over here. So I don't tolerate that disrespect. And as far as okay, well, what about the NIGGA? No, because see, you start to get too familiar and too comfortable, and that'll roll right on over into the hard ER. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, for me, I'm like, look, this is what I told somebody about that years ago. I said, look, man, anytime I've ever been out the country, and, you know, I'm the type of person when I do travel outside the country, hey, you know, I go put my feet on the ground, man. I'm going places on, you know, wherever I have a connect that, hey, I'm going to be where the people at. Because I'm coming there to experience that country's culture. But I come in respect. And I remember several times over the years, I've been in different nations where they might get to joking amongst themselves with their cultural, you know what I'm saying, little jokes or whatever. Guess what I didn't do? I didn't participate in that. Even if they thought it was cool, I'd be like, nah, brother. Because I remember I've said it several times. I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I don't want you thinking it's going to be cool for you to joke with me about something that usually is you know, things that we only joke with each other about, particularly that N-word, okay? So for me, I always decline and bow gracefully from doing that because, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, man, hey, you know, yeah, we can crack jokes about anything else, but I'm not finna get in the middle of y'all cultural things that you only call each other because I'm a foreigner. That's not my place. And even if you cool with it, some other people might not be. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, I always try to, you know, lead with respect to people's culture, man. And, you know, I don't feel like that's a bridge too far for us to ask when you come over here. But see, unfortunately, some of them, they come over here and be like, okay, if I did do it, what you gonna do? Oh, trust me, we're gonna get to that a little bit later here. Because, see, a lot of people that touched on this, I ain't really hit on going where I'm gonna go tonight. Get back into it.
And if your opinion is swaying based on the consequences, then that's not something I can respect as a man. If you want to stand 10 foot down as a soldier and say, yo, that's my brother, he can say the N-word, leave him alone, we not rocking with that, we standing with him, I gotta respect it because I'm not willing to die for it. But when you flip-flopping in this manner, when you come back after you receive the consequences and the backlash from black folks, and now your reputation is tanking, and now your career is probably, you know, in a very shaky place right now because black folks is looking at you crazy. especially in your previous stances where you come across as if you are a militant black man, as if you got boots on the ground. So now they're looking at you a little crazy. And then you instantly flip on your homie? Nah, son. And I'm not buying this excuse of, oh, I didn't see the video. Cut it out, bruh. The video was a minute long. It was trending. You had to see that video to defend him in the first place.
Now, you know what? Before Honduran Sauce Walker, because he need to claim his lineage, before Honduran Sauce Walker gets started, I got to give Flacco props on that. I agree with him. That, yeah, he trying to act like he didn't see the video was his excuse. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Especially if the brother Say Cheese posted. Oh, yeah, you saw it. You did. So, yeah, I'm with Flacco on that. I know, you know what I'm saying? He looked like, you know, Humpty Dumpty's bastard son, you know what I'm saying? But he does have a little more sense in his meatball-shaped head than most people give him credit for. When he does exhibit that, I'm going to give him credit for it, okay? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with Flacco on that, man. Nah, don't come out acting like, oh, the reason I was doing that is because I ain't see the video. Because, see, let's deal with that before he, Sauce Walker started talking. Even if you didn't see the video and you had your right frame of mind about that, even though you're not about lineage, you'd be like, hey, man, you ain't black. You're not black. What you doing saying that? That's disrespectful. So whether you saw the video or not, and I'm bringing this up for a reason, because this goes to show you that those in the tether class, they really don't think the same as we do about racism and white supremacy. It's not their people's history, so I wouldn't expect them to. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to check them when they step out of line. I'm going to say it again. Not about lineage. You don't call no shots in our culture. You don't have no right to get nobody no pass on nothing. You don't. And see, y'all might not know this, but actually they say Mexican OT is going to say it. He says he has a half black brother. Let me take the time to deal with that before we let Sauce Walker give his flimsy excuse. I don't give a fuck if you do have a half black sibling. Your ass ain't black, okay? You see all the problems this causes, man, when people start trying to find, because like the Hispanic community, the white Hispanic, because that's what most of them classify themselves as, they are very bad with that bullshit. That, you know what, I'm related to somebody half black, I'm somebody married into the family, etc. That's almost as bad as white people saying, I'm not racist because I got a black girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, I got half black kids. That don't matter. That does not matter. They all try to run to that. It's like, okay, what we supposed to be after you say that? Oh, I didn't know your brother was half black. Oh, man, go ahead and disrespect our people. Man, fuck you and everything you stand for. That's where I stand with it. Nah, man, see, I'm not playing that shit. And look, let me tell you something, man. If you're a foundational black American freedom man on the sound of my voice, we better start taking that shit seriously about demanding we be respected in our culture. The men of these other groups that's trying to disrespect us so hard, they won't tolerate us going over there to disrespect them. You know this is true, okay? So my thing is, especially to the younger brothers, don't you be the flunky, you know what I'm saying, where you come around and everybody get to dump trash on you and disrespect you, but when you go around their people, you got to be walking on eggshells to make sure you don't disrespect nobody. Hell no. No. If you want to be respected by people, start saying no and enforcing that no. You understand? Now, if you don't want respect, say yes to everything. Just let everything slide. This is what got us in the position we in today. But a lot of them beginning to think that they could just get away with it. Because, see, I'm going to say it yet again. For the greater majority of the American Southeast, we don't have them problems with no group, okay? Even them white folks. Oh, trust me, they hate our black asses down here, but they know what not to do and what not to say, okay? And any brother or sister, if you down here, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, parts of Florida, hell, I'm moving on to South Carolina or Carolina. Hey, y'all know what time it is over here. We don't play that bullshit. You know, hell, Arkansas, hey, I'll put them on in there. Hey, man, they know what time it is. They have some act right. In other words, let me be blunt. They don't pull that shit that they pull in New York or out west. Because the brothers and sisters out west will clamp down on their ass, but look, you see how liberal they are with running around saying it. Nah, it's night and day when you come over here to the Southeast, baby. We gonna check that ass super fast. And look, it don't always mean we got to stomp your ass in the street pizza, but we gonna check you, be like, hey man, nah, bro, wherever you from, we don't do that down here now. hey man, welcome down here. We get along, but you gonna show respect down here. And see, that's paramount. Anywhere that you go, you got to show respect to those people's culture. Even right here in the continental United States. If I go to another state and they don't rock a certain way over there, hey, I'm gonna abide by that. I respect that, even amongst my own people. Okay? And see, that's something right there, man, is where I look at these dudes that be sitting up here giving them passes because they trying to lay up with, you know what I'm saying, these chicks and these other ethnic groups. Hey, man, I'm just going to call these motherfuckers what they are. You a grave liability to the community. And I put the onus mostly on the men because I'm not saying that the sisters don't do it. Yeah, some of them do these damn taco wenches, whatever you want to call them. But the men, it is our primary responsibility to be the gatekeepers of our communities. When we start letting shit slide, man, because you got to understand something. A lot of the behavior where some of our women will tolerate some stuff, whether they admit it or not, they look at what we tolerate as men. Because they be like, oh, okay, he cool. They let him do it. And then they'll start to emulate that shit. And before you know it, man, hey, now it's disrespect all up and down your community, man. That's one thing that I keep trying to tell these people, man. It's always got shit to say about brothers down here in the South. Hey, my nigga, if we really looking at who actually gatekeeping with the right mindset, oh, we don't need no instructions on that. You need to get your house in order. Where you at? Where these motherfuckers running around calling you the N-word, and then you got people telling them it's cool. Look, watch this. Definitely down here in my state, if it was a group of us from our lineage down here, and one of us, oh man, walk into a barbershop, man, let that Mexican say the N-word, man. He cool. Man, every Negro in there be like, hey boy, who? Man, we about to have to put hands on both of y'all motherfucking asses. They're like, no. Because see, you got to understand something, man. You stop certain things before they get started, huh? You got to stop certain things before they get started. Because see, if you give disrespect an inch, it's going to take a mile no matter who does it. Even look, here's the thing. We understand it amongst our own people. But for some reason, there's a demographic of folks across this country that seem to want to give folks outside of our lineage a pass for acceptance or, like I said, trying to lay up with them, whether the other gender do it. Nah, we got a little more sense than that down here in the South. Regardless of what you say about how we talk, whatever, we ain't got them issues and problems. I promise you we don't, not like other places. So sometimes you might better learn from your brothers and sisters down here in the South about that bullshit. Because it's been allowed to run rampant to the point that we get the Fat Joes and the Mexican OTs and the China Max and all the rest of these disrespectful motherfuckers, man. And people had the same mentality that we have down in the South, that shit would not exist, man. Let's let it continue.
Man, say, man, kid that did South Walker. I did an interview last night. Shout out to my boy. There's a project. He'll be dropping something. The subject in here, Mexican OT. See, now, at first when I was speaking on what I was speaking on, I was only talking about the shit I seen on Say Cheese with the girl and I Say Cheese. My bro Dez showed me the interview and showed me exactly verbatim what Mexican OT said on the interview on the podcast with all the women. OT be wrong, ho.
Cut it out. Cut it out, bruh. The Say Cheese post literally had the clip. And this is not like a clip where you gotta watch the clip the full way no. He said it literally within a couple of seconds within the clip. He said, hey, are there any black men in this room? Just one? I bet. Hey, what y'all gonna do about it if I do say the N-word?
Again, I got to give Fat Boy Flacco credit because one, regardless of whether he saw the clip or not, if he had the right mindset towards that, it wouldn't matter about seeing the clip. You'd be like, oh, you run around talking about you gonna say the N-word. Nah, you got to be checked. But number two, like Flacco was saying, okay, even if you gonna try to use that flimsy excuse, it's right at the beginning of the clip, okay? So it ain't like you got to wait a little. No, it's right there at the beginning. We gonna look at it. Now, here's the thing, man. With the South Walkers and those that have his mindset, let me tell y'all something. Down here, I ain't even say that right. I'm speaking too proud. Down here, boy. Down here in this South, down here. Or you try that. Walk in a room full of us in the barbershop, look around talking about, is there any black folks in here? I'm going to say it. What you going to do about it? Let me tell you something, boy. I ain't going to go too hot for you. I'm going to tell you how that scenario goes. Family, Can I tell you how that would go down here in the Georgia barbershop? Can I talk to you for a minute? Can I talk to you? You down yonder? Damn right, damn military. Down here, boy, down yonder. Can I talk to y'all for a minute? Can I narrate something for you about what happened? What would happen if a Mexican OT brought his jolly, hefty ass down here and made that statement? Can I walk you through it? Some of you good people over here in my chat room, hello to the new subscribers. You probably don't know nothing about Georgia boys, how we get down here. Can I tell you? Because it might be a little bit too graphic for most of your sensitive ears in here. I know I got some good church-going folks over here, but I'd just like to know if I can narrate this to you. See, look, let me tell you how this thing would go. You'd have came in here, Mason, OT, in the barbershop and made your comment. And most of the brothers, that's when that awkward silence would have fell over the whole place. Even the clippers would have got cut off. You would have politely seen one of us foundational Black American freedmen brothers politely stroll over to the barbershop door and proceed to lock it. Now, at this point, boy, when you hear that lock turn, wait, you are about to get a legendary Southern barbecued ass whooping. You hear me? Let me talk to you. Now, I understand that good people over here in this chat room, all of y'all understand what an ass whooping is. But I'm going to tell you right now, a good Southern legendary barbecue ass whooping is a different ball game. You hear me? By the time it's over, when you walk out, all the shoes that any brother was wearing shall be promptly, the logo shall be tattooed into every part that you get stomped on. Because we like to stomp down here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just something we do in the club with every dance when we get our stump on. You got a lot of brothers that was in fraternities and things of that nature. So I'm just letting you know, we'd have stomped pounds off this fat damn taco tether. You hear me? When his ass would have walked up out of that goddamn barbershop, boy, I'm going to tell you, they wouldn't have recognized him, boy. We'd have stomped all the lard out of his ass. We would have literally stomped tacos and enchiladas out of that boy's ass. You understand me? So I just want y'all, to understand how we get down here in Georgia. Now, I get it. This is not the only state that gets down like that. I'm just talking about what I know. Now, my sister states over here, Alabama, Mississippi, Kentucky, Arkansas, South Carolina, parts of Florida, I'm just letting you know. If you are a Mexican OT fan and he's your hero, don't you bring that shit down here, boy. Let's let Fat Boy Flacco continue.
To tell me that you didn't see that particular clip and you was defending him saying the N-word with the veracity in which you did, I don't believe it, bro. I'm not buying it not one bit. He literally said it within the first few seconds.
Do you feel like you could say the N-word?
I feel like I can say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I wish there was some black dudes in here.
There are. Where
Oh, Mexican OT, we wish it was some black dudes in there too, but not just any black dudes. We wish it was some foundational Black American freedom black dudes in there. Because see, look, let me tell y'all something. All jokes aside, because I know I was clowning a little bit earlier, but you better believe what I'm telling you. We wouldn't even have to say nothing to him. The energy coming off of us would have been different down here. Let me tell you something, man. We don't really have to talk much down here. You know when you done fucked up, he would have looked around and saw how brothers was looking at him like, all right, he wouldn't even finish the rest of that sentence. I'm telling you, bro, they really bold in situations where it don't count. You know what I'm saying? They don't go where it's going to count at. Come on into a Southern room full of certifieds, goddamn it, and let you run off at the mouth like that. Even if you in the city, somebody like, so what we gonna do about it? Oh, who you think you is, player? What we gonna do about it? Then you a punk ass, cause you sitting there full of a room full of women, and you sitting there full of a room full of non-LBA women. You sitting in a room with a Nigerian tether. Angela Yee is like half Chinese or something, and then the other one is like Afro-Latina. So you sitting in there with a bunch of people not from the lineage, because I'm going to keep it a buck. Let me go ahead and tell the truth. It's some sisters that ain't going to tolerate that, especially down here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Look, I was telling you about the men down here, man. Let me tell you something, dude. If I'm going to keep it all the way a buck, a lot of the southern, southeastern FBA sisters, man, they are quick to go from 0 to 60 on your ass about that word. You hear me? And you not one of them. I'm telling you, bro, that they said it all quicker than we do about it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you know, we try to be like, hey, man, nah, chill out. Nah, sisters ain't talking, man. Look, check this out. All of y'all gonna laugh. You want to know how you about to get your ass tore from pillar to post by a foundation of Black American freedom, sister? Let me go in and tell you how you know. When them sisters come off them shoes that they wearing, oh yeah, ain't no use in you trying to talk to her, bro. Whatever shoes she wearing, she come out in the shoes, bro. and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret too. I know that we have ladies, you know, across the country, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna let you in on a little secret about Southern women down here. When you see women, you know, on these little videos that the white supremacists like to post, you know, they pulling the hand, they slapping. I got news for you. Southern FBA women don't slap, they punch. You know why? Because most of them have brothers and fathers that taught them how to fight. They will beat your motherfucking ass. You hear me? See, there's a reason why you don't really see Asian women, East Indian, Arab, Hispanic women come out here getting jazzed at the mall, because they know it ain't gonna be no cat fight. Ain't gonna be no No, if she pull your hair, it's gonna be to pull your ass into a good old fashioned bow. And look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I got to go here. If you piss off some of these big back Southern women, you won't just get hands put on you. You're gonna get clenched, grabbed, hoisted up, and slammed. That's right. They will separate your ass from the ground. They will levitate your ass in the air like a hefty David Copperfield and dump your ass in the dirt. Just letting you know the big backs down here get down. Okay? I just want y'all to understand that. Yeah. I love you, big back women. Don't come after me. I done told you, if you try to catch me, I keep security snacks for you. I'll throw some food in the direction, you got a decision to make. But I'm telling the truth, they know that. You big back women down here will fuck you up, bro. Ain't none of that little precinct-fied slapping and scratching shit. No. Look, if I'm keeping it all the way a buck, some of these women can go toe-to-toe with some of these men down here, depending on what side they are. Punch for punch, okay? All right, you better check out the movie Harlem Nights. It's a bit of truth there down here in the South. But anyway, we're going to let this fool continue. Watch how bold he is for those of you that haven't seen this, family.
And this one right here. Not.
Okay, well, we're going to use him. What the fuck are you going to do about it, you know? And then second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers. I grew up fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up fucking doing bad shit with them. I grew up loving with them. You know, I got family. And it's not even about family. Even if I wasn't related to nobody out black, I mean, well, shit, what the fuck I was surrounded by, you know? Like, I respect people that they feel that way. Mm-hmm. And that's why I try to shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
But if you're from where I'm from or anywhere, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You know?
And see, that's another thing. This you from where I'm from. You notice the other taco till they use that phrase, old fat Joe. But they have this mythical land in their heads of where they from. They just triple OG gangster supreme. Now I get in these little pocket areas where these niggas is all cold and they let them do that. But nah, you better stay where you from. Cause now the minute that you step outside your where you from zone and bring your ass down here, I'm telling you, if no other part of the country will check you about it, this part of the country will. Oh, we have a long track record of doing that. And see, notice how he talking with the fake black accent too. Yeah, that shit is fake. Yes, it is. It's fake. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? All of them try to adopt that persona and emulate us. And see, get this. Here's the kicker about it. All these other people tell us they don't have a culture, but they emulate every aspect of our culture, from the way we talk, the way we dress, the music we listen to, everything about it. From top to bottom, was gonna tell us we don't have a culture. They stay doing it. Cause see, look, I guarantee you, man, because he done caught some heat about this to the point where the motherfucker was apologizing. I seen that, and y'all know how I feel about apologies. I don't give a fuck about your apology. Nah, that don't come with an intangible. It don't mean shit to me. But see, what's finna happen? He gonna learn the same lesson that Tekashi 6ix9ine learned. Okay, because see, there's a reason why Tekashi don't be strolling down here to Atlanta no more. Oh, he learned the hard way. or they ain't want to publish that. But if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, man, I'm trying to tell you, better watch where you going, man. All that goofball trolling and shit on the internet, everybody ain't playing with you down here, man. I'm definitely speaking from my demographic. Southern brothers ain't fucking with you down here like that. We don't do no whole lot of talking. We got to put pause on you, man. For what? You violate, we gonna demonstrate. That's just how that is down here. With this one area of the country where you can count on that. All right? So all that goofy trolling, you better know where you're going if you're gonna do it. You better know where you're going. All right? Because see, everybody's not gonna tolerate that type of disrespect, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, all you got to do, come through here, act like you got some sense, man. You won't have no problem, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know people that are, in the Hispanic community that do it just exactly that. We got Hispanic folks down here, man. They don't really be on nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of them down here now that they got their paperwork right, they ducking the dodging ice. But for the most part, the ones that got their paperwork together, they over here legally, man, they just go to work, you know what I'm saying? Take care of their family, man. They don't really be on nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. You have some knuckleheads here there, yeah, but they get straightened out real quick. They practice their anti-black racism behind closed doors. They know not to go around no black folks down here pulling them shenanigans. We don't tolerate it. So, he giving all this stuff, these fake excuses with the black saying, talking about, he related, because his brother is half black or what have you. Now, I don't know if it's the father that's black or the mother that's black. I don't know. It don't fucking matter. It don't matter. Gone are the days where you disrespect our people like that and we just give it a pass. Get back to it.
It's like I done went to the jungle and earned the lion's head.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of people.
Wait a minute. Now, see, this is the part of that clip that I had a problem with. The boy say he went to the jungle and earned the lion's head. So my question that I was asking face to face was like, hey, man, this lion's head that you say you earned, what you mean by that? Because, see, unless you saying that, you walked around melanated folks in New York or like in this room here where most of these people are not of our lineage, are you saying that you done did that around non-FBA men so you feel like you conquered a lion's head? Because that's really what I'm looking at. Now, if he meant something else, I will have to hear the explanation for it, but that's how I'm taking it. Basically, what you're trying to say is that you've done that around other melanated men, and see, this is what we delineating, because just calling everybody black, like, hey, man, nah, where them people was from that you were saying that around, and you feel like you can just puff your chest out. Because you'll notice a difference real quick if you come down here amongst our lineage and try that bullshit. You understand? So that comment right there, I earned the lion's head. Really? Well, what the fuck you mean by that? And see, for anybody listening to this broadcast, we listen to it live recorded, I want you to hear the disrespect in his tone. Basically, because he already said, hey, what you gonna do about it if I did? Then you making this statement full of room full of women. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you what I see when I hear him doing this. There's no men in that room unless it's the cameraman, and I doubt they of our lineage. I just couldn't see it. But you doing something, man, that a lot of them goofball Hispanics love to do. You get to talking big in front of a bunch of women, but you ain't got that same type of energy around men. See, if you want to be respected by the warrior class, hey, man, go where the certified's at, like I said before, and stick your chest out with that same type of energy. Now, if you do that, hey, I wouldn't advise it, but I'm just saying, if you did that, okay, hey, we would almost have to respect it, even though we're going to beat your ass for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go where it count. In other words, I'm calling you a pussy, man. Because, see, I'm like this, bro. If I got an issue with you, man, whatever I got to say, I will tell you to your face. I tell you, however you take it is how you take it. But I'm going to say what I mean and mean what I say, and I'm going to stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, really, when you see these clowns doing that, a lot of us look at you like pussies, man, because, you sitting up here in front of a bunch of women, man. I mean, for example, I'm going to flip it and put it on myself. If I was in an interview like this and I'm of another culture, what have, and they asked me about that, I would have said, well, listen, you know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever them people feel like, if they feel like that's disrespectful for somebody to say it, whatever that word is, I'm not going to do that, especially if I claim to love the culture. I'm a guest in the culture. Nah, I'm going to leave that alone. And then as far as like making any direct challenges, sometimes, and see, this is how you can tell a punk from a man. A man would have said, well, it's not really any other men in here to address that, and that would make me look a certain type of way if I did. But see, you got to value some type of manhood code in order to understand what I'm saying or adhere to that. But see, this is a punk. He ain't doing that. Because look, I guarantee you, man, this is what a lot of us were saying. Hey, man, come on down here. Come on down here where we at and pull that bullshit that you were talking about. Because it won't matter how much security you got. That's another thing, too. Your life be there. I'll just come with a bunch of security. Okay, do that. You're going to learn real quick. That don't matter when you come down here trying to disrespect. A lot of people had to find out the hard way over the years. Let it continue.
People that are from Latino descent here in New York feel that same way. The Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans.
I mean, shit. I mean, and not even trying to justify, but shit, y'all just got dropped off before us. That's all it is.
Y'all got dropped off first. It's crazy.
We from the same boat.
So no.
There they go with that same boat. Drop me off in the seat. Nah, man. We not looking at types of boats and canoes and rafts and all this other stuff that you talking about. Bottom line is you ain't got no pass to disrespect our people no type of way. Not just with the word, no type of way. You're going to show some respect to our lineage if you're over here in our nation that we sacrificed to build. You're going to have to do it, okay? That's the new way under the sun, whether you like it or not. I know someone going to have to learn the hard way, but hey, you see what you got going on now. He better be worrying about his people's paperwork being in order for they to put most of his fucking family up out of here. Good riddance to him if that's the case. But see, that whole, hey, drop me off of the slants. Let me tell you why we really don't rock with that, okay? Yes, if you from Mexico or whatever, yes, that was a slave colony. But see, most of you really don't claim black heritage like that. You don't. Your people go out their way to whitewash the history, the black history of the nation. They do to this day in Mexico and other Latin American countries. And see, look, this is something that a lot of people that mean well when they address this. This is why I tell everybody to travel. It's the best education you can get. A lot of people think that it's just the white Latinos that do that. I got news for you. A lot of the ones that are melanated and dark like Flacco here, they on the same shit. You know why? Because they've always dreamt of being in that lighter class in their countries because they would get more respect that way. You know what I'm saying? Because they're mentally colonized and they think that everything brighter is everything white is right. That's where you get your Miguel de la Raza at, okay? That's what they want to be a part of. And see, I know that I'm right because I've seen how they act when they're down there. Look, let me tell y'all something. Some people need to travel to these places themselves and spend some time there. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You will see that some of these dark-skinned people like Flacco that are of like Latino heritage, they don't use the term Afro-Latino like you think they do. Oh, no, they do not do that. I'm telling you right now, they don't run around calling themselves black like that. Some of them do. But a lot of them, they don't like being called that because they're not proud to be black. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. I'm telling you what I've seen and witnessed with my own two eyes. This is why I keep saying travel is the best education you can get. Because a lot of people that haven't been down there, they be thinking, okay, well, they melanated. They come up here, they're going to be like us. No, they're not. Some of them are darker than Flacco and come up here and practice the same anti-black racism that was given to them down there in their countries, okay? I'm telling y'all what, look, let me do a temperature check. Is there anybody that has been to a Latin American country in my chat room? Talk to me. I want to see something. Where my travelers at in here? Is there anybody that has been to a Latin American country in my chat room? I want to see something. Because see, I know what I saw. Hey, look, I didn't just go in a tourist capacity and, you know, okay, I see one person, two people. Anybody else? Because again, some of the melanated people down there will classify themselves as Afro-Latino or black. A lot of them won't. They're not proud of that. And that's not just Mexico. Puerto Rico is like that. Hell, most of Puerto Rico classify themselves as white. You know what I'm saying? Look, most of these places, Colombia, oh yeah, I'm telling you what I've seen, man. Oh, don't even get me started on Dominican Republic. Oh, man, look here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, these people, man, don't be proud to be black like that. They don't. Because when they come up here, they practice the same anti-black racism. So I'm just letting a lot of people know, man, sometimes you have to travel and see stuff for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not saying all of them, but it's enough for it to be mentioned. They not in the minority of the ones that's ashamed to be black down there, even if they darker skinned. Let's let it continue.
I'm not buying at all, not one bit whatsoever, this claim that, oh man, I didn't see that part of the clip. Cut it out. Yes, you did, man. And this still won't help. He would have been better off, to be honest, if he would have just stuck to his guns and talked to Mexican OT in private. Because, the people who are upset at you, the people who are trying to cancel you, the people who aren't going to listen to your music anymore because you had the strong stance you had initially, they still won't like you. They still won't let up on you. They still won't listen to your music. Because you're not even addressing the real issue. They are mad at you because you said Mexican OT can say the N-word. Now you're coming back to say, well, man, listen, man, he wrong for how he said it in the clip, but he can still say the N-word though. Bro, if that was your stance, you should have just stuck to your guns. Now you've successfully isolated both sides. Now the people who love Mexican OT don't rock with you. And now the people who believe that no Mexicans should say the N-word, they still not rocking with you.
Now, this is where I'm going to interject with Flacco here. I disagree with that whole, he should have told me in private. Oh, no. No, we don't need no more private conversations. Come on out and make it public so we know where you stand with your compromised asses, okay? We need to know about, especially people that rocking our skin tone that look like us, but you're not on code with us. No, I don't want no private conversation. I applaud Sauce Walker. Thank you for coming out and saying what you said in the beginning and what you did now. Because see, the thing that Flacco was talking about here, you heard him talking about the fan bases, right? Listen, man, if you call yourself trying to appeal to folks outside of the culture, man, I'm still looking at you as a liability. I mean, listen, I get it from a business standpoint. I get it. Who go to their concerts and all of that. But see, again, this is where a dividing line is drawn in the sand, even amongst people of our own lineage, about, okay, you willing to sell us out for a bag or personal gain versus us actually having respect as a collective? See, that's a choice that a lot of people are going to have to make because, see, some people will sell us out if they don't have any integrity. And that causes the people as a collective more problems in the long run in history. Okay? All you have to do is look at where we at now as proof of it. Let it continue.
You have successfully isolated yourself and put yourself dead smack in the middle of this issue where no sides like you.
I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong, though, bro. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. And you got a black brother. That's what you partially was finna get into it, but you don't want to get into it. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole 50% black brother and mixed nigga. Real little nigga, your brother, so you should feel 100%. He should feel more. What I'm saying. What about this part? I ain't with you about saying, can you say nigga because you grew up with us, went through all this shit with us, you love us, you've been through everything that a nigga went through, so that's why you say you can say nigga. The problem.
Boy, and here's another thing too, man. Boy, I know this is gonna sound somewhat outdated. But one of the things I appreciate as a Gen Xer, man, a lot of the drugs campaigns actually work. You can tell this boy brain is fried, man. He can't even hold a sentence together, man. He's mumbling and stumbling. It sound damn near like Kodak Black. A little more articulate version. But see, the problem that I have with this, he's sitting up here talking about, the guy talking about he love us, he respect us, all that. How you gonna love and respect us, but you gonna be disrespectful simultaneously? No, you can't do that. Respecting us and disrespecting us, those things are mutually exclusive of one another. You understand? But you hear him also doing something else that I've told y'all that I'm one of the people I don't play about this. He referred to him as little bruh. I done told y'all, I'm not the person, in case you knew over here, I don't refer to everybody as a brother or sister, whether they of my lineage or outside of my lineage. Just because you melanated doesn't mean I call you a brother or sister. That's a familiar term. It's an earned, honorable title. I have to look at how you conduct yourself before I call you family of mine. Extended family. I don't call everybody brother or sister. I hate when people do that shit amongst us because, see, look, we're in a time now where if you a person, man, that calls stuff like that out, you're going to be proven right. Sometimes you have to be courageous enough to stand one against many because our people are hard-headed. Some people will argue with you about that until you have examples of this. This is a Negro with a compromised mind that looks like us, but he's not of our lineage. Let me make it plain to the point a 5-year-old can understand it. You know how to say explain it to you like a 5-year-old can understand it. Let me go here with it. If you disrespectful my people in any way, I'm not calling you brother or sister. I'm not showing you any respect. You gonna get what you've given me. That's the only way you stop that bullshit. And this is why we don't want none FBA people like this speaking for us or trying to be our representatives. Because to be honest with you, with this Honduran right here, they come over here and they cosplay as us. And then the next thing you know, they call themselves trying to be our representatives and talking about who can have passes to do this, that, the third. Man, you ain't got the right to call no shots in our culture, man. I don't give a fuck about what kind of music you make. And see, that's another thing, too. I'm going to go there when I do that Diddler broadcast. Listen, man, we at a crossroads now where people going to have to understand how to separate entertainment from taking a stance on for like integrity on certain things. Oh, we gonna go there. I'm not saying that you can't still like music or whatever, but be like, okay, yeah, your music is cool, but you don't get a pass to do this just because I fuck with your music or your movies or you as an athlete, etc. Nah, when you disrespect our people, man, this is what I'm pushing for my people to do. When you disrespect the Jewish community, they could have loved and adored you before you did that. If they perceive you disrespect them, it's like, hey, man, fuck you and everything you stand for. We ain't trying to hear no apologies. We ain't none of that. Your name is persona non grata. That's one thing I will tip my hat to the small head community on, as you should be. You don't play about your respect as a community and as a people. Let it continue.
And the issue is the fact when you say, nigga, in a room full of women, is there any black niggas in here? Is there any niggas in here? Well, if it is, nigga, what you gonna do about it? That's where you fucked up at, brother. That's where the disrespect is. Because I'll tell you, you know, if you was in a room full of violent, from Houston full of violent niggas like myself, TSF niggas, any niggas that's really from the H like that, and we was having that conversation and you said it in that way. Y'all said, because who's gonna do shit about it? There would have been 6 niggas in a room raising their hands saying they want to fight you. You know that. You know how this shit get down in Houston. You a Texas Crip. If a nigga come up to you and say, Mexican LT, you ain't no Crip. And what you gonna do about it? You gonna want to fight about that. This nigga in the room gonna say, who ain't what squabble? And that's where the disrespect and the third part is, LT. Because at the end of the day, you know there's nothing but women in that room. There's a bunch of girls in that room. It was a now violent street nigga that come from where you come from and been through what you been through.
And I got a question. Which one of these motherfuckers down there letting these damn tacos be Crips and shit like that and join the gangs and stuff, man? Because look, well, we got to be honest. A lot of these gangs today are run by non-FBA people. It's mostly non-FBA folks. Most of our people have moved on from that. That shit is played out from one end of this country to the other. Yeah, I'm saying it like that because it's the truth. I don't care whether it's Chicago, LA, shit, any part of the country, even in Texas. Most of these gangs today, if you looking where people from, they are not of the lineage, man. Most of our people have played past that because you see how you've been targeted. Am I saying there's no FBA gang members? No, not what I'm saying. I'm saying in contrast to the non-FBA ones, all that number has increased dramatically. Now, why do I know I'm right about that? Besides being a very well-traveled man within the continental United States, I pay attention to the cosplaying culture because, see, a lot of them, in order to prove themselves to be something they're not, they will go and join these gangs or form their own little gangs and then start calling themselves this, that, the third. But whoever allowed this fat fucker to call himself a Crip, man, I'm looking at you sideways. Where they do that at, man? Let it continue.
Or that's from somewhere else that's gonna disagree with you and with their statement to the point to where they'll fight you about that or they'll do something about that. So therefore, that's what people in the general public are gonna take it like that's holy because you're doing something in the setting where people are going to consider it, where it's safe to say that right there and right there. Would you possibly say that around a room full of them?
There's never a point where I've been in some controversy and thought, man, I wish that Sauce Walker had my back. I don't even think Sauce Walker is the best person to have your back on this particular issue, man. If Mexican OT could finesse it to where Dr. Umar Johnson could have his back, I don't know. Charlemagne, who's also like one of these like pro-black podcasters, right? If he could manage to finesse, I don't know how you're gonna do this, man. Right? But there's a dude out of Texas, man, called Cornell X. If he could manage to get
I got to correct Fat Boy Flacco, okay? It's Cornell X, not Cornell X, okay? And that's another thing. Flacco, there's a couple words I'll be noticing, man, that you know, maybe he does it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'll give him credit. Flacco got a little bit more sense than people give him credit for. Maybe he does that intentionally, but Flacco, one, that man's name is Cornell X, okay? Not Cornell X. The word martyr is pronounced martyr, not martyrer, okay? Boy, you be fucking up a lot of phrases and words. You know, man, come on, man. Slow down and take your time. Look, you've done better with your stuttering. I'll give you credit on that. But you got to get your pronunciation of these words right, man, okay? And look, any of you jokers that's over there on federal agent headquarters, no jumper, that's not trying to help that man or telling him about that, man, shame on you bastards, man. Y'all around his ass on a regular basis. Why y'all don't help that man out and tell him when he mispronouncing phrases and words and shit, man? Don't have that man up there like that. Y'all wrong for that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, he making progress. Help that man out, man. Don't do that. I don't lie. If I was his homeboy, I would try to help him out. You know what I'm saying? Or at least make sure he does know correct way to pronounce things, even if he chose not to. Now, again, he might be fooling us. You know what I'm saying? He might be fooling us, but boy, I mean, he almost died when I heard him pronounce martyr as martyrer. I was like, what the fuck did you say, bro? Come on, man. Hey, still Kevin Trees. Exactly. Oba KB ain't got that much mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You can do better than that, man. Just slow down, take your time, man. Get your words right, man. There's several phrases that I heard him mispronounce, man. 2 minutes to count. I'm like, man, ain't nobody told this dude that that's not how you say that. I guess he's around people that are not the type of friend that I am. I've told people this for years. I'm the type of friend, if we kicking it, we going out somewhere, and your breath is funky to be down to the point I can see the words coming out your mouth. Hey, man, I ain't gonna run up on you, but if I throw you a green apple Jolly Rancher, the best one in the bag, argue with your mama, I don't care. If I fling you a green apple Jolly Rancher, I say catch, and then I fling you a little small bottle of Listerine, go ahead and pop both of them, player. That means your breath is funky. And I'm trying to protect you before we walk into this venue and you get embarrassed because everybody knows that your breath is funky, okay? Fact of business, before I toss you the Jolly Rancher, the green apple, best one in the bag, and the Listerine, I'm going to pray over it. That is blessed. So that way it's got extra properties, okay? I'm just saying, I'm that guy. Anyways, let's let it continue.
Cornell X and say, nah, Mexican OT is good. He got the hood pass. That's better suited. Sauce Walker defending you actually works against you, to be honest with, right? Now, there's some Crips from Long Beach, California, and they have an issue with Mexican OT saying the N-word. And I've done a pretty good job at kind of highlighting like the side of Sauce Walker and folks who believe that he should be able to say it, that I haven't really highlighted the people who don't believe he should say it. So let's check out this clip from Viral Way. It's a podcast of Long Beach Crips, and they have a big issue with Mexican OT being able to say the N-word.
I better chill out with all that N-word stuff. I just seen Mexican OT. I knew this was coming. Had an interview. 2 black chicks asked him, do you think Hispanics should be able to say the N-word? He says, man, I wish it was some black dudes in here right now. Look around. Spit black dude. They say, it was a black dude right there. He said, okay, cool. If I do say it, what the f gonna do about it? And this is why I don't give no passes. It ain't even the fact that you grew up with blacks. It ain't the fact that the blacks you grew up with accept you saying it. It's the fact that you cocky and basically acting like all blacks, period, is just marks and ain't finna do nothing for you saying it. That was the problem to me.
Man, shout out to these brothers from this Viral Way podcast, at least on this particular issue. I don't watch their content and like that, but these brothers seem to have the right mindset and see, look, I'm putting it back on the backs of men because it's our primary job to check that bullshit at the door. Yeah, he proceeded to be disrespectful towards black people as a whole, but I would be looking at it like, yo, man, you challenging our manhood with that bullshit. Like you just gonna look, because see, this is what I'm saying, Mexico OT. I'm talking to your fat chunky ass. Walking in this room with these brothers and pop that shit like you were talking. Don't be around a room full of chicks, man, being disrespectful. Ain't nobody from the lineage in there. Nah, man. Come on in here and have that conversation with the brothers, man. Yeah, come on. So, hey, shout out to these brothers here. From what I hear so far, they got the right mindset. Let it continue.
That's when niggas, hold on, what you mean what the fuck we gonna do? What you trying to say? That's when the nigga start getting beat the fuck up. And niggas trying to blur these lines. Oh, man, they cool, this and that. No, you cool with your homies, nigga. Around every other black, it's out. If I don't know you, I'm smacking this you straight up. That's me personally.
I don't even like my people that I know that are other races don't like that I know, don't say that around me or to me. Me personally, I feel like, again, you have people who grow up and you know people gonna say it, but I don't like to communicate in that way with other people. And that's why I try not to even call other races what's up, my nigga, ever, because I don't even want to give niggas an impression that it's cool to do that.
Like you.
Now, let me address that. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, let me address that. Because, see, I'm thinking back to when I was a kid and we was around, you know, other ethnic groups or what have you. I was always that guy, even before we, in this time period now. I always had that mindset that I remember when I first started seeing other people, you know, that are of our lineage call these different groups of folks. Very rare here in the South, but they will, you know, when you go other places outside the state, you know what I'm saying, across the country, folks calling Hispanics and you know, Asians, East Indian, and my nigga and all that. I've never agreed with that. Cause I'm like, nah, that don't apply to you no kind of way. But I understand where this came from. And I direct this back to the early 90s, which is actually the era where hip hop began to be commercially marketed, okay? And the problem with that is a lot of our cultural lingo and slang that was in-house, it became commercialized. And unfortunately, that word is one of them, which is why today when you can see different videos and clips in countries where ain't no foundational Black Americans at, nigga, this, nigga. I'm talking about room full of Asian kids fighting each other. Nigga, my nigga. You ain't never been around no Black people. But why are they doing that? Because it's been commercialized and they like somebody's music and this is the thing to do, okay? And see, unfortunately, if they not around nobody that be like, hey man, no, we don't play like that. And then if you got idiots amongst us, especially men, that will call them that, they start thinking it's cool to say that around every Black person. And I'm telling you now, wherever you doing this at, if you not of our lineage, please don't come to the South doing that. Don't do it. I'm giving you a courtesy warning. Everybody don't play like that, all right? I'm telling you. So, you know, I understand where you're coming from on that, but then again, I understand how this originated and how it became a problem. And that's one thing that I would change about hip-hop. If I had the penultimate power to do that, I would be like, hey, man, nah, let's not put the word, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that I don't use the word. I do. Y'all heard me use it many times over the years. But it's just certain things. Everything about our culture isn't for everybody. And see, when you commercialize everything and, you know, everybody want to tell us, oh, hip hop's for everybody. Well, then this is where we get the China Max and the rest of them and the Mexican OTs. Let it continue.
Just said, bro, we got to press that line, homie. And once they know you're not playing, that's when everybody's like, oh, okay, I'm going to chill out. And then if it is going to be an issue, then it's up at that point.
Bro should have stood up and crashed him, honestly, because like now you pretty much testing me. Like, all right, what you going to do?
The word is so universal, niggas going to chill out, but it do take to like what bro said. It's not even about the word at this point. It's about you blatantly trying to disrespect it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what you going to do? Like, what the f you talking about? Even if you didn't say it at that point, it's damn near probably go time. Probably.
Because he looked around and said, I wish it was some in here. What?
Now, let me pause these brothers again because, see, I want to point out the importance of this gatekeeping the culture, especially as men, okay? I'm addressing our people as a whole, but especially as men. I'm going to take this on before 2025. We're going to go back to the 90s again. Really, what would have made a statement about not tolerating that disrespect and would have set the tone for these other groups? When Fat Joe punk ass came out with that song, nigga. Everybody in the industry that's of our lineage should be like, oh, okay, so you gonna do that? Hey, man, we don't fuck with you. And now any hood that you go to, you finna get pressed. To the point where either you gonna stay in your little pocket where people let you get away with that, or when you move around, you gonna have to apologize and make sure you don't do that shit again. See, in other words, you have to make an example out of people for sometimes people take you seriously. You have to take a head sometime. Sometimes you be like, okay, I'm gonna show you. And you make you be the poster child for what happened when you call yourself doing that. Now, it's a number of ways you can do it, but definitely that's something that should have been done when he came out. Because if you look at that, when he did that, everybody was like, oh, man, they ain't going to do nothing. You can see it. I'm like, okay, you're going to let Fat Joe boost your head up, and he ain't going to be there to save you. He ain't going to be there to save you. Fat Joe, he going to get feet put up his ass. He go to the wrong place, okay? without his security. So I'm just saying, man, examples of that, when they start doing that, you start to look at when you don't see a lot of the men stand up and say, hey, man, nah, that ain't cool. The rest of them, they'll sit there for a minute. They'll be like, oh, they ain't gonna do that? Oh, man, come on. Let's everybody jump up here and do it. So, again, I might, if I watch these brothers' content, it might be stuff I disagree with, but I agree with them on this. We got to get it in our minds where it might be things that we disagree with from time to time, but we got to know when to hold the line on certain things. Let it continue.
I wish it was a black dude, Junior.
What's crazy about that is that it's still pump faking to me. Because if you think, it's not even the fact it's content. You're looking around, you know it ain't no in here.
Yeah.
Nigga, you know this. Nigga, the fuck is you talking about? Put her in a room full of some that's really on that type of time, and let's see if he got the heart to do that, then I'll have nothing to say.
But that's my question, though. I'm here. Who will be the dudes who are on that type of time? Because the gang members, they get passes. And those might.
Now, this is the part right here where if you a brother or sister that's from California, oh, I hope my brother Black Voltron is either in here or he catches this, because this is a topic of discussion right here that definitely needs to be addressed. Because, see, Flacco goes back and forth from, I think, Texas to California. If I'm not mistaken, I definitely know he's in California, because that's where No Jumper is. I want y'all to listen to what his take is on it, okay? And I found this to be very interesting. And see, this is a problem about how a lot of the tether class perceives us when they start looking at you as if you something to be mocked and you a joke. Oh, I want you to hear everything he's about to say. Because, look, first of all, before I let this play, some of you might not have seen this. How many brothers and sisters in here put in the chat if you're from California, from the West Coast? Oh, you're going to find this very interesting. I want to see what y'all reaction going to be to this. You see, a lot of times what happens is when these goofballs make certain statements, a lot of people ignore it. A lot of people like, oh, man, that ain't nothing. Nah, I'm here to tell you right here tonight, if you don't hear nobody else tell it. Nah, this is a problem what you're about to say. Where my California people at? The men. Let me clarify that. Where are the men from California? A foundational Black American freedman lineage. Where y'all at, man? Stand up. I see the women, but I need to know where the men at. Where we at? Any brothers in here? Might not be no brothers in here from the West Coast tonight. Let's sound off. Throw a black fist, thumbs up in the chat. If you are a brother from the West Coast, California, foundational Black American freedman lineage, put a 1 in the chat, black fist, thumbs up, something. Let me know where you at. Sound off. I need to see something. I'm asking for a reason, okay? Because you need to pay close attention to what he's about to say next, because I got some questions I'm going to ask y'all about this. So I'm trying to see how many brothers we got in here. So we got one brother. That's it. Dr. Sinister. Damn, West Coast brothers, where y'all at, man? Listen, hold on. Because I really want to get the consensus of the men. No disrespect to the sisters. Go ahead and share this broadcast real quick. Share it with somebody, a brother from the West Coast, man, because I need to talk to the brothers, man. At times in history, the men of our lineage have to call counsel and discourse and confer on certain things. And this right here, what he's about to say is one of them. See, before I let this play, let me say something, man. The Flaccos and the academics and all of that, they do this little bullshit today in this generation where it's, oh, man, it's your content. It's your content. Very disrespectful shit they say. And then if you press one of them about it, they want to sit there and try to say, oh, man, it was just content. I ain't mean anybody. I'm harmless. No. This bullshit he about to say is not harmless. And you're going to see why I'm saying that, because I want you to listen to the disrespectful tone behind this punk ass when you say this. So share this broadcast with brothers on the West Coast if you're on social media, man. I'm going to ask a question after I let him finish making this statement.
Guys, viral way, y'all know those my brothers. But I ain't going to let them sit here and pop it like the gangbangers in California is checking Mexicans. They not. Cut it out, man. Some of them, I'm not going to say all, because I can't speak for all black gangbangers in LA, but a lot of them is terrified of Mexicans in California. I'm terrified. Listen, I haven't seen a black gang in California more ruthless than the Mexican mafia, bro. Bro, yo, I know people who, when they do content and they podcasting, and the Mexican mafia is like, you know, like you have to like say the words out loud when you're reading the script. They go out their way to not even mention that, bruh. That's how spooked and terrified people are. Shout out to the dude, man, who looks.
Now, did y'all hear what this fat fucker said? Okay. My brother Hot One from the West Coast over there in Cali. Okay. Yeah, where my people at, Dr. Simpson, man? 2 brothers in here. So there ain't no other brothers in here that's from California, man. Let me know where you at. Cause see, check this out, man. That statement he just made, I don't know what people he was around, but the brothers in California I know, I don't know no foundation of Black American freedmen that's terrified of Mexicans in no capacity. Whether they certified or civilian, I don't know any. So now, this is where we have to get on people talking about everybody black. Cause I'm like, which type of black folks was you hanging around? Was you hanging around tethers like yourself? Because we already know this fat fuck is a big ass coward. He is. And I'm not saying he got to run around being a tough guy, but he's a coward. He's scared to death about a whole lot of shit. So sometimes these cowards, tethers, they'll project that onto other people. But man, hey, my brother Hot One, man, because like, look, I want to talk to my West Coast brothers, man. Is it just me? Because I'm from Georgia. I got family over there. I don't know no foundation of Black American freedmen that's scared to death of no damn Hispanics. Really? Where they at? Who are these foundation of Black Americans? I need to know who these people are. Because see, man, I wish my brother Black Voltron was in here. Oh, I wish he was. Because I need to know. What is happening at? Has something changed since the last time I've been to the West Coast family? It filled me in. What's going on now? Because to hear him tell it, especially the certifieds, man, what? Listen, even though our lineage is in the single digits out there, man, them Hispanics know who not to try out there. See, let me address this too, and I'm saying this directly to you, Flacco, should you happen to see this. The problem with you and your mindset is you over there with a fuck boy, Adam 22, okay, white guy, and you over there with a bunch of federal informants. Well, I'm just going to call it what it is. I'm not going to beat around the bush playing about what I know I see. And you get given a lot of passes because certain people have said, hey, man, yeah, he cool, he all right, he just at the third. And then you yourself run around telling everybody you harmless. But see, I'm going to warn you about something. You better watch your mouth, man, over there. Because see, one day, you've been lucky so far. One day you going to do something and go somewhere and somebody going to press your ass about that. And I ain't talking about that punk ass pressing that some in your generation do where they just walk up and everybody just have a conversation. You gonna fuck around and say some shit, man, and get pressed to the point where people put hands and feet on your ass. I ain't saying I want it to happen, but I know it will. I'm telling you, I get it. This the internet generation. Ha ha, he, everything funny. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Okay. Some of your role models that you look up to, the Charleston Whites, they thought that too. They done been caught slipping. And look, let me go ahead and address this because I done heard you talk that tough guy talk. Oh, if somebody run up on me, oh, they're going to get clapped up. Cut it out. I'm going to use your phrase. Cut it out. You ain't going to bust a grape in a fruit fight, man. Talking about who you going to pull a strap on. Boy, get the fuck out of here. I doubt your ass even know how to use one. But let's just say you do. Okay. Let's just say you did do that. And somebody was to press you about your disrespectful ass mouth. Hey, man, if you outnumbered, what you think you gonna do then? You ain't got nobody in your community that's gonna ride for you like that. Even them clowns is telling you good and they let you say that bullshit on no jumper. All I'm saying is, man, you better be careful with that disrespectful bullshit. See, you do that shit and you think it's funny? Okay. I done seen plenty of people pull that shit that you pull and then it's not funny in real life, okay? So, you know, hey, it's going one out the other if you happen to hear this, but, you know, that bullshit you saying there, talking about my lineage is terrified of Mexicans, all right? You talking like that and get caught.
Like the Philly Muslim with the beard and the Just Do It shirt. He says, oh, well, we got to start pressing that line. Press what line? On hold. California gangbangers got no shortage. Y'all don't got a shortage of Mexican rappers who say the N-word in the city, especially in Southern California. Y'all got no shortage, bro. Y'all got the names. Go press the line. What's been stopping y'all from pressing the line for the last 10 years? I don't want to hear no gangbangers in California, bro. Not one talk about Mexicans saying the N-word. Because most of the time, the gangbangers in California are the ones giving the Mexicans the right to say the N-word.
Now, let me pause it. Because now I do know one thing about, the gang culture on the West Coast. Depending on what neighborhood you in, I do understand over there that, hey, you might have, it's not that I agree with it, but I don't have to agree with it. The politics of an area is the politics of an area. I understand that there might be certain neighborhoods where Hispanic person may grow up in an all-black neighborhood and he'll join a predominantly black gang. Then the inverse, which is what's really crazy when I found out about this decades ago, when you have some black folks, because they stand in a more predominantly Hispanic area, they'll join Hispanic gangs, and then they go to war, and you going to war with other black folks. Now, again, we got the fact in and non-FBA and FBA lineage, but that is a thing. I can't act like I don't know that. I will give him credit. He does raise a valid point, even though it's from a bad faith position, as if he's mocking it or making fun of it, but he does raise a good point, even if it's in bad faith. You over there, man, and you banging, man, and whatever you repping, man, and you got these folks out here giving them passes to disrespect our people. Who you more loyal to, your set or your people? Because they more loyal to their people. You better understand, I don't care what gang you let them join over there. If it come between them choosing between their people and you, they're going to choose their people every time. You better understand that. So, that's a question, man, that, they're going to have to answer over there. As for that particular aspect of it. But as far as it's just, you running around and black folks over there are terrified of them Hispanics, man, everybody ain't like you, Fat Boy Flacco. Let it continue.
Nah, cuz. Nah, blood. He from the set, blood. He from the set, cuz. Nah, man. Nah, bro. He one of us. Come on, bro. How you gonna tell the homie who grew up in the set and gangbang with you all your life that he can't say the N-word, cuz? Come on, blood. That's not. Come on, man. The FOI members. I got more faith in the Nation of Islam members to press a gangbanging Mexican or a rapping Mexican for saying the N-word than I got in a Southern California gangbanger. Cut it out, man. Now, I'll be real. Those dudes on that couch, Viral, Messiah, I'm not them personally, so I can speak for their character. I know they gonna press some ish, all right? They gonna press. I do believe that if they're in the room and a Mexican say the N-word in front of them, they're gonna press.
Now, I'm so glad that he said that because he was talking about the brothers that you saw previous here on the Viral Way podcast. Let me say this to them. Y'all need to press this fat fucker about them disrespectful statements he just made here. And this commentary that he made, man, he say he know y'all president and he speaking, vouching for them. But that disrespectful shit, man, look, let me say this to everybody, not just them Viral Way brothers. If you of our lineage, foundational Black American freedmen, you got to start checking all these disrespectful folks outside our lineage when they start doing that bullshit. But see, you got to understand, like I said earlier, when you let disrespect foster, it only grows. How you think we got the shade room and gossip and all these other things? That only thing they do is cherry pick the words of foundational Black American freedom culture and then highlight that like that represent all of us, but they don't talk bad about their own community. How you think you get the Candace Owens over here that will admit out their own mouths? Oh, they got a Caribbean bias, so they're not going to talk about nothing bad about their own people. See, and some of this got to be laid on our doorstep amongst the people that tolerate that bullshit. Because see, look, he need to be like, hey, Blocko, would you have made them same statements if you was in the room with them brothers over there? Because I know you, man. You wouldn't have said that shit. You would have been quiet as a church mouse. Then you went into your little stuttering routine. Nah, man, that bullshit got to stop, man. Got to stop giving these punk ass tethers a pass, man, to be disrespectful with their mouth. A lot of people say, oh, it's just words. No, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not. It's much bigger than words because, see, they start taking their disrespect offline. Y'all remember that clip that's been floating around? And I'm about to pull that back up in an upcoming broadcast where it was this Jamaican lady. She was arrested. She was sitting down on the ground, and then race soldiers had the white cops. She telling them, oh, I'm Caribbean. I'm a Jamaican. Go shoot a Black American. I'm like, man, where you think that attitude and that mindset come from? So you got to understand that shit has been fostering right under our noses all this time with a lot of them, not all, but too many for it to be a problem. It's enough to be a problem, okay? Because see, this kind of goofy shit right here, I done seen this guy do this several times with stuff. You address stuff and you think that it's funny, because ain't nobody really checking you. And most of the people that you hang around, if they are violators, they're a bunch of fucking punks. I can call names. Y'all done seen them. Most of them dudes is over there on the No Jumper podcast. And that goofball platform, like I said, I put that right there with DJ Vlad, punk ass, Adam, he right there, them two peas in a pod, man. Look at the stuff that they promote. You know what I'm saying? Look at the people that, when they do have black people on there, it's never a brother that's on there about some certified business, upstanding brother, articulate, trying to do good things. They go and cherry pick the trash in the community and give that a platform. That says a lot about this fat ham hock eating fucker here that will be a part of something like that. You understand? So I'm saying, whether it's the viral way guys or anybody, y'all better start checking these disrespectful motherfuckers, man. Let it continue.
But how they are speaking, it feels like they speaking for California and black men in California and gangbangers in California. And I'm here to say, cut it out, bro. We're not about to live in that fantasy world, bro. I don't got a iota, a mustard seed of faith in no California gangbanger policing the N-word when it comes to the Mexicans. Cut it. Yo, they don't even want to smoke when like they get violated. You think they gonna want to smoke over the N-word? Cut it out, man. I'm not buying.
Okay, so now, boy, we might have to have a conversation. I might have to call a meeting over on another X space that I do over this, because boy, this shit need to be addressed. Because see, I guarantee a lot of brothers probably don't pay this goofball no attention, but this is a problem, man. And that's how we supposed to do it. Once we recognize a problem, somebody got to call it to account. And you know, we got to discuss this shit. Because see, listen, man, this statement that he just made, you basically talking about black folks in California as if, oh, the message just read saying they terrified. And I'm like, nah, man, where you get this mentality from? How is he so comfortable saying this, first and foremost? You see what I'm saying? But see, again, when people give these goofies a pass, no, man, that turned into other disrespect, man. It goes a lot further than just words. It's not harmless at all. Look at his demeanor when he's saying that shit, too. Oh, man, when they get violated. First of all, what Hispanics are violating our lineage over there without a consequence behind it? Really, boy? Do you know the history of where you at over there in California? Come on, man. Hey, see, this is why I wish there was a lot more brothers from California in here tonight. Where's all these folks that's running in terror and being violated? Because look, even when they put that little punk ass shit, where they try to run up on elderly Foundation of Black Americans over there, or they catch handicapped people, that's most of what they do. They jump them. Usually, they get caught and they pay for that. They don't just get away with that and just kick it. Come on now. Nah, man. So if don't nobody call this shit out, I will. But I want y'all to hear the rest of what he got to say, though.
Find that, man.
Yeah, this is why we got to start crashing niggas for the word to prevent this type of behavior in the first place.
But I feel
that's what he was saying. So now, the whole point is, it's like, okay, you're gonna have to keep crashing, or it goes to the point where, like you said, don't put yourself in those situations to allow yourself to even be in those predicaments.
I'm saying if he would have explained it in a respectful way,
now it'd have been different.
Where we all understand we have people from other races who say around us who grew up with us. Everybody can understand that. It was what the is any gonna do about it?
Yeah.
What?
Let me correct this brother right here. No, it shouldn't be no way you can explain it where it's understandable. And see, that right there is something that we got to stop. Nah, it's not acceptable. Why am I saying it? It's not acceptable for us to go and disrespect no other ethnic group in this country. And they just say, look, imagine what he just said. Because I was with him on the earlier stuff, but I got to correct this. Imagine what he just said right here. If these were Asians on this podcast, East Indians, Arab, Hispanics, you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine them saying, yeah, man, if it was these black folks, man, he should have said it in a way we can understand it. Hell no. It's supposed to be zero tolerance on certain things. And as men, that's what we're going to have to tighten the fuck up at. And I'm putting myself in there because I'm talking to the collective, okay? I don't play the radio about bullshit, but if you're my lineage, hey, I got to address this as a collective. We got to cut that shit out trying to make little ways to give excuses and give passes. That make us look weak as a collective of men. It does. And it set the tone people to disrespect us. So what I'm saying is, you're going to take a stance and draw a line on something, draw it all the way and be like, nah, you can't cross this line. Don't have one told black, okay, there's an exception here. No, man, I don't give a fuck about who you grew up with, who you screwing, none of that shit. Do not disrespect my people. There ain't gonna be no passing from that. Not from those of us that have any sense anyway, it's not. So, that's the error that's got to be corrected, man, especially for future generations of men, because if you don't, man, hey, that disrespect turns into far worse, okay? Especially when these people start getting in political positions, when they start getting in positions like in these hospitals, in these schools, et cetera, okay? So we're at a unique point in our history where we have an opportunity to correct a lot of this bullshit by just staying on code and making sure we start checking this stuff. Because it's not going to change until we actually take that stance. Let it continue.
That's where I'm tripping on that because again he's a rapper. He's from Texas, right? He's from Houston, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm assuming his demographic.
Well, their politics are a little bit different down there too.
It don't matter about the politics. That's a universal word.
I'm not even about to go down that route. What I'm saying is his fans are black for the most part. You get what I'm saying? You can do that look all you want.
I think they more Mexican.
Hip-hop is a black. We're not even about to go down that road.
No,
bro.
it's black for sure. Blacks boosted him up.
That's
for sure,
exactly, bro. Because we not.
Salute to the good sister, Black Mama, for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good sister. Now, let me address this because, see, this is something else. I always try to teach the lessons of certain things. The heavyset brother over here, and I don't know their names. Like I said, I don't really watch the content like that. But the heavyset brother has the right idea. Hip hop belongs to us. This is our creation. Okay, every other group, not a foundational Black American lineage, are guests in our cultural house. You think about an actual house, you don't let somebody come into your house where you pay the mortgage or you own it and they're just coming in and do whatever they want to do in your house. It's rules in your house. Am I right? Everybody in this chat room under the sound of my voice, wherever you reside, is rules where you reside, right? If somebody's going to visit your house and be a guest, they can't just do whatever the fuck they want to do. A lot of you might have different rules from the next person in here, but I'm sure all of you have some type of rules in your house. It might be as simple as before you cross this threshold, take off your shoes. Everybody got rules to their house, okay? So now the heavyset brother has the right idea about us making sure we check these people and not letting them disrespect us in our culture, because if you don't, it becomes a problem, okay? And see, here's another thing too. This is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, man. But y'all see why I'm saying it. I've already made the case many times, but I'm going to do it yet again here tonight. We need to get out of this thing where we putting all these other different people on outside of our lineage because they've been too disrespectful. From the Busta Rhymes to the Fat Joes to whoever you want to name, the Tekashis, all of them. It's time out for us putting them people on, man. Why y'all think, for example, when my brother DeJuan B was over here, I said, hey, man, fuck DJ Vlad when you got DeJuan B. I wasn't just saying that because I'm cool with the brother. I say that because that's a knowledgeable music historian, okay? And you got to think about it. Let me go here. I'm gonna use this to make a point with what I'm talking about. Reason why you hear me, you know what I'm saying, letting y'all know, hey, so did that brother DeJuan B that's over there on the West Coast, shout out to all my West Coast brothers and sisters, is because if you compare his music knowledge to DJ Vlad's music knowledge, and I'm using Vlad, for example, because Adam wouldn't even count, but I'm going to use Vlad, for example. If you're looking at the quality of knowledge that you would get from DeJuan B versus Vlad, who in here that's heard DeJuan B's content going to tell me that DJ Vlad can walk you down chapter and verse about the origins of our music history and not just our culture, but other people's culture? Do you really think Vlad can do that? Come on now, we talking about quality over quantity. We ain't talking about how many subs Vlad got. Because you can have a whole bunch of subs, they not be quality. They could be a bunch of fucking idiots, okay? I'd rather have a smaller number of subs and have quality people over here that are intelligent versus a large number of damn buffoons. So I'm saying when you look at Brother DeJuan B's platform, his is significantly smaller than Vlad's, but my posit to you this, it should be just as big, if not bigger. So you got to understand, man, we got to stop letting these other people that have disrespected us eat off our culture. We have the ability to create the same platforms that we've given other people like Vlad and Adam. We can do that for people within the culture. We have more than enough brothers and sisters that are qualified to do these things across the board with any facet of our culture. But we got to want to do that, and we got to all have the same mindset and be on code with that. You understand? See, let me tell you something, man. before we put on any of these other disrespectful tethers, man, I'd rather us find the next foundational Black American freedman brother or sister that's a youngster and turn them into a celebrity or a superstar overnight. Come on now. Nah, it's time out for us to start feeding our young ones. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no more Fat Joes and Tekashis and Busta Rhymes, etc. And I'm not saying that, well, except for Fat Joe, because that's a fucking clown. That motherfucker, I've never acknowledged him as no damn rapper. That is the least talented rapper in the goddamn game. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that. I mean that. I would put Tyler, the Creator, little old tutti fruity ass ahead of damn Fat Joe. Yeah, I said it. You damn right. I meant that. Untalented bastard you. But see, when you start to look at a lot of them that are outside of our lineage like that, nah, man, if you gonna be disrespectful and then co-sign it, then you try to shout out to my good brother Tariq Nasheed for microphone check. You tried to hijack the origins of the hip hop art form. You tried to hijack it. And you had to be checked on that because they joined forces on that for a minute until the truth came out. And you heard from the absolute pioneers of hip hop in microphone check. If you hadn't seen it, go get that DVD. If you want a thorough history education, fact of business, my brother Dewan B has a hip hop series called, It's Bigger Than Hip Hop. Go check him out over there on his channel on Patreon, man. All right? So what I'm saying is, man, we need to get to a point where we start to become culturally selfish because these people have earned that. Doesn't mean we have to hate them, but it's time to rally our wagons around our own people, man. It's time for us to be the ones eating and profiting off our culture the most. And look, a lot of people like, well, we don't control the radio stations and the record companies. Yeah, that's cool. We don't. But we do control who we give our cultural cachet to. If we stop co-signing people, stop respecting them, stop supporting them, hey, you can get out supporting the world from your community of other people outside of them. But see, everybody follows us. If we don't rock with it, them other groups don't. Come on now. Sometimes our people really don't understand the power that we actually have. And see, that's something I'm going to keep pushing. As long as I have a microphone over here, I'm going to get my people, or do my part to get my people thinking towards a mindset of ownership and respect, okay? If we don't have ownership and respect, we can't do nothing with you. Because see, now you see that this problem here that they're discussing is bigger than just an opinion. It's bigger than just an opinion. Let's let it continue.
We already
okay. Yeah.
He appeals to the blacks, bro. At the end of the day, he said it as if when nobody check him, when nobody check his chin, and he knew he did that because again there was no around him to press his line because he knows some around he would have got crashed out.
This is how I look at it. What's different from that? The nigga screaming at the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Like on live talking about what he gonna do to me. To me, I look at that no different. It's easy to say a lot of things in front of the cameras when there is no opposition to go against that.
I know a lot of people probably wouldn't make it this far in the video, but my honest opinion on this situation, man, is just respect who you're talking to. If you're talking to a black man who's like, hey, man, I don't like Mexicans saying the N-word around me, respect that. If you're around people who allow you to say it, then nobody can tell you what you can say or can't say around people who gave you the pass, or people who don't mind you saying it, or people who treat you saying it to them as a term of affection. But just respect who you're around. And no, I don't think the solution is crash on anybody who says it. I do believe that Mexican OT sending out like that notice, challenging black people, I don't think is wise. Now, I do disagree in terms of like his audience being primarily black. I don't think it's true, not one bit. I think the majority of his audience is primarily Hispanic. I think the majority of rap fans, from where he's from, is primarily Hispanic, or primarily white. To be honest, bro, right? Like definitely majority white, but the ones who ride for him the hardest is Hispanic. Blacks not messing with him could affect him some. Is it really going to affect him? I don't think so. But y'all let me know in.
Okay, so I let him get that out of his mouth, but let me make a statement on something, okay? And salute to the good brother Latravia Lawson for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good man. Let me make a statement on something. Let's just say Mexican OT does have a black fan base. You shouldn't after that disrespectful shit. Not of my lineage. Let me make sure I'm very clear. It should not be a foundational Black American freedman, man or woman, that heard him make that disrespectful challenge and then you still support him? Nah, brother. We don't support nothing you do at no point. It ain't no apology you can give. You got to start teaching these motherfuckers his permanent consequences for being disrespectful, okay? So if he does have a black fan base and you seen that and you violated, oh, nah, man. Now, the other class can route with you. Hey, they can do what they want to do. They're not of our lineage. But our people, nah. And see, let me correct Flacco on something. The whole he said he don't think, okay, black people subtracting their support from what help him or what hurt him. No, because I just explained that. If we don't legitimize these people, man, their own people don't really want to fuck with them. Why? Because they're emulating our culture. We're the real McCoy, so to speak. You understand? So, we got to start shutting that down, family. Hey, enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. But see, again, this is why I'm glad that people like him have these platforms so we can see what their mindset is on things. Because, man, look, I've been noticing a lot of little slick shit Fat Boy been saying, okay? But again, he's representing not just himself. A lot of his community feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Look at DJ Academic's little roly-poly ass. Another one that run around, running off at the mouth. And see, I've seen some people confront him a couple of times, but see, I'm looking at it, and like, it ain't really the type of confrontation that you need. Not when you got a super disrespectful mouth like that. And then you're a little old fat, chubby punk too, DJ Academics, because you're always running up on women. You a pussy, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker always want to jump bad with some women and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because look, y'all seen him when he was on that Fresh and Fit podcast. And see, that's another thing. Fuck boys of a feather hang out together. Him and Myron Gaines, that little frog-faced bastard over there, you know what they call Fresh, look like Kermit the Frog Bastard's son, Kermit and Gunzo. Y'all know I done clowned him to be down also. But when they run together in packs, man, look, that go to show you something about their mindset. But bottom line, all that disrespect to my lineage, man, hey, we not tolerating that bullshit no more. So, trust me, I'm going to probably follow up on this on X, and we're going to have a conversation about all these terrified black people over there in California that Fat Boy was talking about. Because, see, it's high time somebody stepped to him about that bullshit over there. And it should be a certified, okay? Because there's plenty of them over there that can do that. Be like, hey, man, watch your motherfucking mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? And look, be honest with you, the entirety of No Jumper should have had that reality check. But conversation for another day. Like I said, family, thank you to everybody contributing to the broadcast. If you're a new subscriber over here and you like what you heard, this is how we get down. This is not the Sugarcoat channel. We don't give a fuck about people's feelings. Route with you whether you LPA or non-LPA, as long as you're on code and you're about the collective empowerment of our people. Hey, man, we ain't got nothing but love for you. This is a place where you can learn. Feel free to search the archives. We definitely have a Patreon over here on X. And let me say this. One of the traditions I have is anybody that support the platform, any of my day ones know this, I tend to put your names over on the community tab just as a token of appreciation. So the last broadcast, I was busy and I didn't get a chance to do that. So I'm going to combine that list, those of you that contributed to the last broadcast, with those that contributed to this one, okay? So that'll be up shortly. I'm going to try to give it some time because I usually go in and post that list like right after the broadcast. But then a lot of times, that next day, people have contributed. And then, like, if I post it, I end up leaving your name off the list. So I'm going to wait, I'll wait a few hours, man, probably, early morning tomorrow. Then post, the contributor shout-out list, okay? So with that said, family, remember, delineation is the new way under the sun. We're not taking no more disrespect. Salute to you. Take care of yourselves. Black first. And I will see you all in future content.